Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to take you through my favourite glute building exercises and the exercises that I've done to grow my glutes. Now with these exercises you want to focus on really using your mind-muscle connection. Really think about the muscle using your glutes to pull you through and push you through each one of the movements. So I'm going to show you a few different types of exercises. We're going to start with glute activation. We'll then go on to compound movements. Now compound exercises are the big exercises that use multiple different joints and muscle groups, like your squats, your deadlifts, things like that. And after that I'll show you some different isolation movements to really isolate the glutes, and you want to do your workout in that order as well. So start off with your glute activation, then go on to your compound movements, and then go on to your isolation. This is because we want to start with the activation, really get your glutes firing, and then you do the compound movements next, because they're the things that are going to take the most energy and the most hard work. They're the exercises that you're going to use the heaviest weight for. So you want to do them at the start of your workout when your muscles are still fresh and you're going to be able to get the most out of those exercises. And then you do isolation at the end to really make sure we've targeted those glutes as much as possible, and we use these to really focus the tension on the glutes specifically rather than other parts of the legs. When you're doing these exercises you really want to make sure you're pushing yourself, and it should be hard work. Don't just stick to the little light dumbbells, try and push yourself when you can, and you should be tired after you've done it. So I'm going to take you to the gym with me and I'll take you through all of my favourite glute exercises. So let's go. Our first glute activation exercise, and one of my absolute favourites, is crab walks. So for crab walks you want to place a resistance band around your knees, and you're focusing on pushing your knees out against the band the whole time. Don't let your knees collapse in, and you're stepping your feet side to side. Our next glute activation exercise is a banded squat with a side kick. So you're taking turns alternating each leg, raising your leg to the side with a squat in the middle. Again, you're focusing on pushing your knees out against the band the whole time, and don't let your knees collapse in, especially when you come to that squat position in the middle. Next up we have a kettlebell swing. For this exercise, you really want to make sure that you're maintaining control and that you're actually using your glutes to push yourself through the movement, and that you're not just gaining momentum by swinging the kettlebell. So make sure you're really focusing on pushing through your glutes. The first of our compound exercises is squats. For squats I'm using a squat rack and a barbell. You can see that the bar sits on the top of my back, not on my neck. At all times keep your back straight. You can see that my feet are just past shoulder width and my knees follow my toes, and I don't let my knees collapse in at any time. I'm in barefoot because this allows me to be able to spread my weight across my foot easily and push the floor away from me to return to a standing position. Next up we have my absolute favourite, which is the deadlift. So you're starting with your hands on the bar either side of your body. You're hinging at your hip and your knees, and slowly and controlled lowering the bar until the bumper plates hit the floor. You then want to pause at the bottom, allow the weight to rest on the floor so you're not bouncing the weight straight back up, and then push the floor away from you through your legs, through your glutes, and come back up to a standing position. Make sure to keep your back flat and straight at all times. Don't let your back bend. Is the queen of booty exercises. It's the hip thrust. So you're using a bar for this, but make sure to use a bar pad for some protection. So you're pushing the bar up, push through your heels, push through your glutes, and squeeze your glutes at the top. Make sure to use posterior pelvic tilt, which means you're tucking your pelvis in to maximize glute engagement. Now I have done another video on this to explain it in a little bit more detail, so I will link that at the end. Also make sure to tuck in your chin. Don't let your head, neck and shoulders fall back. Tuck your chin under and tuck your pelvis in to maximize glute engagement. We have Romanian deadlifts. For this exercise you're keeping your back straight, you're hinging from your hips but not your knees. So you're keeping your legs relatively straight without locking your knees, but you're not bending down from your knees. You're just hinging at your hips, so you're pushing your hips back and lowering your upper body forward. You should feel the stretch right down the back of your glutes and your hamstrings. Next up we have reverse lunges. So you're stepping one foot behind the other. I'm using a barbell. You could use dumbbells, you could use body weight, whatever. You want your front leg at a 90-degree angle. If you're feeling it more in your quad than your glute, then step your front foot a little bit further forward. And finally, we have curtsy lunges. So this is quite similar to a reverse lunge, so you're stepping one foot behind the other. However, you're stepping the left foot across behind the right foot, and this just allows you to get even more of a stretch in your glute. So that is all my favourite glute exercises. I hope this video was useful, guys. If it was, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any videos.